Welcome to the Sustainability MOU call. My name is Lorraine and I will be your operator for today's call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. When the call begins, we will get started with the press conference. Immediately following, we will conduct a question-and-answer session open to the media only. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I would now like to turn the call over to Mr. Jeff Barker. Mr. Barker, you may begin.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining the call. This is Jeff Barker with the California High-Speed Rail Authority, and I'm just here to introduce our Chief Executive Officer, Roelof van Ark.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sacramento, and to those of you on the line, welcome to this conference call. We are delighted to be here today. This MOU that we are signing is an important step, both for us here as Californians, and I think also for our federal partners. And it's an important step in our smart way to travel and our ongoing partnership to strengthen our ongoing partnership with the federal government. And those agencies that are concerned about the protection of the environment and about the promotion of sustainable growth. Thank you to Assemblywoman Cathleen Galgiani for being here today. Her tireless support, as many of you know, to this project is just wonderful. She's always at my right or left hand, and sometimes I'm at her right or left hand, so I'm very happy she's here today as well. I'd like to thank also the members of the Obama administration that are here. We have on the phone Ms. Karen Ray, who is the Deputy Administrator of the Federal Railroad Administration. Ophelia Pascal from HUD, or the Department of Housing and Urban Development. She's Regional Administrator, so local here in California. Then Fran Schultz from the EPA, Deputy Director. Fran, welcome and thanks for being with us. And then Eric Eidlin from the FDA on the side there. And Eric is from the FDA, but very involved in the HUD, DOT, EPA Sustainable Community Partnership. So he's going to be with us today and also sign with us here. Heather Fargo from the Strategic Growth Council as well. Welcome. So I'd like to tell you a little more about what this agreement is about. It's an umbrella agreement covering broad efforts to promote sustainability in and for our Californian high-speed rail project and system. We recognize the need to approach in an environmentally conscious manner everything from planning and designing to constructing and operating the California high-speed rail system. We've also agreed to aim for a high-speed rail system that promotes sustainable housing and development patterns and that takes local desires and local needs into account. It integrates stations and station access and amenities into neighborhoods. It connects multiple modes of transportation so as to increase the available options for affordable, convenient access to goods, to services, and to the workplace. It reduces the per passenger transportation emissions all along and across California, something that we really, really need. And it protects ecological sensitive lands and also agricultural lands. So the authority is not alone in these efforts to ensure this sustainable high-speed rail system. For many years now, we've already been working with our colleagues at the FRA, in fact from the beginning, if I can say that. So what we are doing now is we're joined not only by the FRA, but by other federal and state partners to ensure the best outcome for the environment, for our state, for the communities, and for California as a whole. So we look forward to continuing this work to cut air pollution and to get cars off the road, which these high-speed rails have done throughout the world, and there are many, many successful examples thereof. And to reduce the dependence on foreign oil, something which just as of late has become a big topic again, as everybody understands, with the increasing cost of oil, the scarcity thereof, and of course the environmental effects thereof as well. And we also will have the possibility of being run on a completely clean, generated electrical system, because many people still do not understand it. This high-speed rail system will operate 100% on electrical power, and it is our intent to maximize and optimize the use of renewable electrical power for the system. So today is not only my day, today is a day of all the agencies and everybody that is here, and also the visitors, but I would like to hand over now, firstly, to Assemblymember Cathleen Galgiani, who, as I mentioned, is a real great supporter of this project, and she's going to say a few words. Kathleen.
Thank you, Mr. Van Ark, and I really appreciate being able to be here today to witness this, and I must say we are very grateful in California to have someone of your reputation, stature, experience leading this project. We're extremely fortunate for that. And I believe today high-speed rail is at a very pivotal step in providing Californians an environmentally friendly, clean way to travel. Currently, California, it has 3 of the top 5 congested urban areas throughout the United States. And congestion accounts for about $20 billion in wasted fuel and lost time per year. It also, transportation accounts for 41% of California's emissions. California is the 12th largest source of greenhouse gas emissions on the planet. And the problem will only get worse as California's population continues to grow to nearly 50 million people in the next 20 years. High-speed trains will remove millions of passenger trips from our highways every year while attracting millions of airline passengers and reducing airport delays as well. I don't know how many of you travel frequently, but I happen to, and I know that 1 out of 4 times that I travel, my plane is delayed. And we hope that high-speed rail, we know that high-speed rail will help with this problem that we face. Each year, high-speed trains use about 1/3 of the energy of air travel and about 1/5 of the energy of auto travel. And that eliminates about 12 billion pounds of greenhouse gases annually. And that's the equivalent of removing more than 1 million vehicles from our roads annually, all the while linking all of the state's major cities in a way that we've never seen before in California. Today's signing brings a framework for working together to ensure that California's high-speed train system lives up to its potential for helping to protect the health of California residents and our state's natural resources as well. I look forward to working with Mr. Van Ark and members of the board and the Obama administration to ensure that California honors the will of the voters with the passage of Proposition 1A. I thank everyone for being here today, and I want to thank everyone for being part of making history and bringing about California's high-speed rail project. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Galgiani. And the next spokesperson would be Ms. Karen Ray, the Deputy Administrator of the FRA. She'll be on the phone, so Karen, it's up to you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Van Ark, and very nice to see you remotely, Congresswoman. You can tell where I've been, right? Assemblymember Galgiani. We really do appreciate all the hard work you do there. Just a few comments that really feed off the ones that started this. As we look at California's current challenges and the additional 20 million people who will be arriving there in the next 35 to 40 years, it's clear that this kind of initiative, high-speed rail, and the network that's going to be designed in concert with commuter rail and our other partners, including HUD, EPA, Federal Transit Administration, and our other DOT sectors, is going to be critical to the success of both this project and, more importantly, to the economy of California. The MOU process ensures collaboration and therefore an ability to make good choices at the front end of the process in an attempt to expedite the program and the project. We view that this is a critical process where we have proactive and constructive feedback to help us focus on the implementation of this program. And in Washington, D.C., we also view this as an amazing opportunity to take a strong partnership that's developed in Washington between our partners at HUD and EPA and FTA and our grassroots organizations which are represented today, and really focus on the livability, sustainability need that we have, not just here when we're talking across lines in D.C., but more importantly to have it go live in California. So we're very thrilled with this MOU and with the collaboration that it will ensure, and we look forward to working closely with all of you as we move forward this very, very critical project.
Thank you, Ms. Ray. And as next spokesperson, I'd like to call on Ophelia Pascal, Regional Administrator of HUD.
Thank you, Rilaf, and good morning. It's a real pleasure to be here this morning. In his State of the Union, President Obama talked about how the most important contest that we currently face as the nation is with the competitors across the globe for the jobs and the industries of the future. President Obama also spoke about what we must do to win that contest and secure prosperity for ourselves and future generations of Americans. Sustainable development and clean energy are the keys to that future. Our focus today is on the high-speed rail that will connect major urban centers from Los Angeles to San Francisco and ultimately extend to Sacramento to the north and San Diego to the south. The obvious benefit is the reduction of automobile traffic and greenhouse gases. But even more importantly, the high-speed rail system will be integral to the creation of strong, sustainable, inclusive communities and quality, energy-efficient homes near proposed train station locations. This is, after all, what HUD is about through its Office of Sustainable Housing and Communities. The office is the arm of the Interagency Partnership for Sustainable Communities established between HUD, the Department of Transportation, and the Environmental Protection Agency to provide communities with the resources and information necessary to plan and build more livable, environmentally sustainable communities. The office is also the new center point for HUD's sustainability efforts and is working with various programs within the agency to ensure that those principles are being infused into all that HUD does, which is a significant priority for our Secretary, Sean Donovan. Today, with the signing of this memorandum, we also strengthen and create a new focus area for the Interagency Partnership for Sustainable Communities through this umbrella agreement, which adds the California High-Speed Rail Authority, the Federal Railroad Administration, and the Federal Transit Administration, both under the U.S. Department of Transportation. That will be added to the Partnership's Sustainable Communities efforts. The High-Speed Rail Memorandum will support the Partnership's livability principles to help existing communities improve access to affordable, energy-efficient housing, to increase transportation choices and lower transportation costs, enhance economic competitiveness, and protect the environment and communities nationwide. Our main areas identified for this collaboration are sustainable, livable communities, where the high-speed rail stations are well integrated into communities, and the rail infrastructure is integrated into the communities in the non-station areas. Material selection, design, and construction, creating the opportunity to minimize embodied energy, use of natural resources, waste generation, and pollution through the selection of environmentally preferable materials and the reduction of environmental impacts resulting from manufacturing, transport, and use of building materials. Renewable energy and energy efficiency. The high-speed rail system will provide ample opportunities to promote energy efficiency and renewable energy, including the California High-Speed Rail Authority's goal of an operating system, as Rulaf mentioned, with 100% renewable energy. Water resources management by addressing improvement of the watershed health across much of the state. The water resources management must be well coordinated and considered from a watershed perspective. And finally, system-wide sustainability policy. The collaboration on developing a system-wide, holistic sustainability policy, which will inform the planning, siting, design, construction, operation, and maintenance of the high-speed rail system. Physical infrastructure accounts for more than 1/3 of the American economy. urban, suburban, or rural, most Americans would have to agree that smart planning has been the exception rather than the rule. We need to help local communities change that. That is what the high-speed rail should provide all of us, a terrific opportunity to do some smart planning. In the end, it is all about valuing our communities and neighborhoods. The partnership has this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to enhance the unique characteristics of all communities by investing in healthy, safe, and sustainable neighborhoods, whether they be rural, urban, or suburban, and to create a best-in-class example for the other high-speed rail systems being developed across the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Ophelia. And now, last but not least, I'd like to call on Fran Schultz, the EPA Deputy Director, to say a few words as well.
Thank you, Roloff. Today, this event recognizes that California communities and cities need healthy and strong communities, a healthy environment, access to transportation, affordable housing, and goods and services. And it recognizes that they need vital economies on top of that. I think today, really, we're talking about three big things: opportunity, a sustainable future, and collaboration. The opportunity presented by the high-speed rail projects is enormous. The scale of it means that we have to do it right, and not just right, but better. And that leads us to the sustainability principles in a sustainable future. We have a tremendous opportunity to not only reduce the impacts of the rail system itself, but to improve the environment and the health of Californians. To give just one example, the air quality in the San Joaquin Valley is among the worst in the nation. The High-Speed Rail Authority's commitment to using 100% renewable energy will go a long way towards reducing not only greenhouse gases, but also to reducing environmental pollutants and air pollutants in the valley and beyond. The commitment to protecting sensitive environments, to protecting water resources, and to reducing the pressures on agricultural land will also mean that we're doing an effective job of planning the large and enormous scale of these projects. The commitment to using sustainable building practices and sustainable materials as part of the building, and the commitment to using smart planning means that ultimately communities along the high-speed rail line will be connected, integrated, they will have healthy environments, they'll have access to recreation, jobs, and vital economies. The collaboration of these agencies and organizations here today can serve as a model for other major projects like this in California and in the nation and internationally. We're building on the partnership that Ophelia mentioned among the Department of Transportation, Housing and Urban Development, and the Environmental Protection Agency to support and promote strong and sustainable cities and communities. I think that by coming together among these organizations today, we're showing a tangible commitment to the sustainability principles that the MOU embodies. And this work is already underway by the people in the organizations who have already begun to work together and develop a work plan for really implementing this framework and making it real. EPA is pleased and very proud to be bringing environmental, public health, and sustainability principles to this partnership. And we really look forward to the tangible benefits that a well-planned system can provide for communities in terms of access, vibrant economies, healthy and inclusive communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Fran. If I could ask now that they bring forward the MOU and that all the partners that are signing will join me up front so that we can sign the MOU, and I think there are witnesses as well that are going to be signing.
Are you not part? That's right.
you say?
She's not
Yes,
part.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
you are.
There we go. Right.
What am I? Yeah. That's it. Wherever you are. Yeah.
See where I have to be?
So maybe if I can ask you to stand closer by, don't run away. Yeah. Stand close by so we can get us all together.
All right,
Yeah?
here we go.
Yeah? So,